Welcome back to part 3 of this The Dark Eye Let's Play, and the party may begin now.
Yeah.
You've arrived at the place that you're going to anti-burglar.
Right, that's our mission.
Yes.
Anti-burglary.
Okay.
Anti-burglar.
Because we are not thieves. Definitely
Yeah.
not.
No,
Yeah, we're totally
anti-
innocent.
anti-
Totally
thieves.
respectable citizens.
that's not
Yes.
going to stab anyone at all
Yes, please.
during the evening.
Except the rose, of
Except
course.
the rose.
Yes.
Oh yes.
The first thing that you see when you step inside is a fountain in a big anteroom. And usually you guess at least that the fountain uses water, but tonight it uses wine. So
Whoa.
there's a heady smell of wine and alcohol in there. And maybe there are real fish some of the days, but right now if you look into the ruby red depths of the basin, you see small jeweled fish that actually move their tails, because Belhanka is also one of the cities where there are very good artisans who work with small machinery and cogs. And
No one would notice if one was right.
you want to steal one of the mechanical fish?
Yes, if they're jewels.
She just accidentally picks up one while scooping out some wine,
I'm super
right?
gonna get some wine from the fountain.
Yes, lots of people do.
Accidentally.
Basically, the first thing you notice after there's a fountain full of wine is an elderly lady taking 2 kids who are trying to get a glass of wine from the fountain. Here he just drags them away from that and says, "That's not for you, that's for the grown-ups. Now behave yourself," and he disappears with them.
I'm gonna
into
casually stroll by and try
Unless-
to. Is there are there glasses or
Yes,
goblets
they
in
are. And when you step inside, there's also an elder gentleman who asks for your invitation and just nods at you as you show them,
Well, I smile at him and
directs you. And
Yes.
in a few minutes, we will open the buffet. It's going to be to the right. And there's also going to be the music and the dancing is going to be in this part of the building. And later on, there's going to be a moment where we show around some of our guests who are interested in the paintings and the building as a whole.
Thank you.
Very nice.
That sounds lovely.
Now
I see.
enjoy yourselves.
Oh, we will.
We definitely will, I say, and I
Yes,
give him
we
a
will.
charming smile.
Yes.
Totally.
He's trying the same, but.
I see. You're one of the guests who have been invited for entertainment.
Yes, he is, isn't he? Just.
Isn't he doing his character very well?
Great. I love a bit of theatre.
You should just hear the slight sound of grinding teeth.
Well,
Well,
I definitely want to get a goblin and try some of that wine.
Yes.
Yes, me too, of course.
It's not the most expensive one.
Of course
You probably
not.
wouldn't use that in a fountain, but the whole thing is very flashy and a bit on the nose. You know, we're rich and in Belhanka.
This room's giving me a headache with the
And-
wine in the air.
And you're trying to.
And I'm
scoop
trying
out-
to scoop
yes.
out one or two of the jeweled fish.
You do that.
Okay, there's a lot of people around who are also trying to scoop up a bit of wine and who are doing a bit of useless conversation around you. So it's going to be a little bit harder. You have to roll 1 less on each
Well,
of your
Right.
attributes.
I think I'll do a little distraction
Okay.
by explaining,
'Cause you're the
getting
most
into.
beautiful one.
Right, I'm getting into a little argument with you because you were complaining about the wine smells, right? You were
Oh,
There you
yeah.
go
Yes.
and
Right.
argue.
right. So
What?
I mean, it's so. Don't you enjoy this lovely fountain here?
No.
I mean,
It's
whenever
silly.
you hear Fizzle, you only have to complain.
Yes. Of course I'm going to complain. I'm spiky.
Such a spiky flower among us, right?
I like a spiky flower, says someone right next to you.
Oh.
As you look around,
Well,
a woman maybe around 30 kind of snuck up on you. She's wearing a bright green dress with a single pea flower, you know, like
pea
pea,
flower?
the food.
Oh,
That's
all
what-
right. Like,
yeah, all right,
okay.
yeah.
Yes, so she's kind of
It's an
taken the
original
flower
costume.
theme and taken one that's not actually a flower.
Vegetable.
Yes. Yeah, she's basically going as a vegetable to the flower party.
Well, you can
So,
flirty with the vegetable.
well, you concentrate on your.
Oh
fish.
yes, I'm trying to do the fishing very surreptitiously.
But the Is the lady looking like? Is she looking like she's fancy and does this on purpose, or
it looks like it's an ironic statement.
I see.
It's a very well cut, slinky silk
Nice.
dress.
I see.
Is that pickpocketing or?
It's pickpocketing, yes, and I'll let it slip. This is a distraction, and you roll just normally.
Okay, cool.
and everything.
That's good. Then I did that. I need 3 to. So yes, and I have 4 points left.
4 points left. Great, that's 1 step of quality. Neon, I think it's already 2. Who cares? It's good. So you've scooped out wine, and inside, yes, there's a small, slippy, jeweled mechanical fish who's still wriggling inside your. Maybe you should hide it.
Yeah, I'm just like sort of putting it in slipping it in a pocket or something. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
And you still feel it kind of wiggling against your thigh.
Everything all right there?
It's quite nice.
Are you alright, my dear?
Yes, I'm fine.
Is it the pea flower?
It's the pea flower. That sounds
What's an original?
wrong in English.
What an
In
original.
German, it's Erbsenblüte.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
What an original costume, my dear.
Yes,
I'd say the same to
definitely.
you, but no.
Oh, I
sorry.
don't know what you mean.
It's very-
Priors
it's
is always in fashion.
I think I have to roll on a self-control.
He might be somewhere, but I'd say yellow is your color.
Isn't it just,
Isn't
right?
it just?
But you've brought this very manly thistle.
Yes. He lends a little bit of, I don't know, like...
I once killed a man with his own fingernails.
Ooh, interesting. How did you do that? Did you make him choke on them?
No, there was no choking involved. It was just a lot of work, to be
A lot
honest.
of work.
Lot of work. I had a paraplegic just rip it off and just,
I know a hard-working man who knows how to improvise.
Yes, I lost my sword, you see, and yeah.
And that's the first thing that came to mind. No rocks, sticks.
No.
Okay.
There are none of those around, no. It was on a boat, you see.
I'm sort of just kind of drinking the wine.
Don't swallow your fish.
Fine.
Well, what's this? Is she like?
You seem to be a crowd.
Is she like good looking? Is she trying to be flirty, or is she just kind of?
She seems to be flirty, but not entirely kind of.
Not
Yeah, it's a little bit ironic, the
Okay.
whole shtick she has.
Can-
But she's good looking, but she's not
She's a
kind
pea.
of. Yeah.
She's rather old, isn't she?
Can
Yeah,
I?
she's around 30. That's
around
rather
30.
old.
I'm sorry, I thought it was 50.
No, 30.
I'm sorry.
Could I do a what's it called? A sense motive?
Yes, you can do
So,
that.
What's
Mention
that?
kindness.
Mention kindness. Oh yeah. Oh, I got 8. That's pretty
Ooh.
good.
That's not bad,
That's
actually.
good.
That's almost as good as mine.
I think I rolled it a bit further away from me. So a 15 on.
So as a 19, you should check that.
But
first.
also a 1. You
But
rolled a
also,
1.
I rolled
But
a
you
1.
can't,
Oh.
if you fail in one of the rolls, you can't like.
Yeah, you failed in all. But
But
you
you have
can.
to roll 2
Uh,
1s to make it up for it or something.
So-
You have to roll
once
to
is
once,
a-
you've definitely made
Okay,
it.
well, you
no matter
roll.
what.
I rolled 1.
No,
I'm sorry,
not
that's
enough.
not enough.
So that's 4 to get rid of that, and the 19 would be on charisma. No. No.
So he has no idea.
No.
Do I? Can I?
You can also roll sense motive.
Yes, we are very suspicious. I mean, we're here like. Here it is.
What does the
15,
BE
8, 3.
stand for? It says yes, no, perhaps.
That details whether it's harder when you're wearing armor.
Ah.
Oh, right, okay.
All right,
I'm not wearing-
So yes, climbing
Yes, okay.
or riding or swimming especially is harder when wearing armor.
Singing, perhaps. Depends on the armour, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Well, I made my roll. I'm
You made it.
yes.
she is flirty, but that's not the important thing for her. She's here for a purpose. You can kind of sense that she's waiting for something to happen or for a moment to use.
So is that
She's not just
directed-
here to be on a party and get distracted and drunk. She's
I see.
planning something.
But she's not especially interested in us or.
A little bit, but you'd guess that's because you're not like most of the guests at the
All
party.
right. So
Just like her.
So do I get the impression that she's trying to get a feel of us? Or?
Yes,
Yeah.
she is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's probably rolling her sense motive.
Right. I see. But
So, what brings you to this party, to this one especially?
I really like flowers.
Oh, that's nice. I think everyone here does.
Does
yeah.
one need a reason to
Right.
go to the
I mean, it's such a special occasion.
Doriana party?
Doridania.
Dorida-
Doridania's party.
Yes.
I mean, it's the talk of the whole city, isn't it?
Well, Yaduridanya, I hope it's going to be. That's true. Yes.
So
They've got another member of the family in the Church of Raya. That's always the reason.
Yes.
Yeah, but he will be ordained today, wasn't
No, he's
Oh.
already ordained. That was
Oh.
last week. We're just going to celebrate now.
So
Yeah,
last
but-
week.
But it is his first official
Official, yes. It's the first.
occasion.
Yeah, it's the first day of renewal where he's ordained and official a priest of Raya.
I mean, it will be so exciting, and I mean, with all the
You think
flowers.
so? Wow.
You don't?
Well,
I
religious
think there's
ceremonies.
going to be a lot of exciting things happening tonight.
Oh, but I mean, you are here too, so there must be a reason that.
There's a fish missing, says someone behind you.
What?
What?
We're
The
looking
other
totally
lady who
surprised.
just dragged away the kids is back,
Oh,
and
right.
she's looking at the fountain and just stated that there's a
I'm
fish missing.
completely ignoring her. I'm just drinking my wine.
I'm looking over, surprised, looking quite.
She's got a very sour look on her face,
Ignoring.
which goes well with her grey hair that's in an updo that looks a little bit like she could better indoors, rem indoors with it. And she's also wearing basically the most drab dress at the party. You have no idea what kind of flower it's supposed to be. A wallflower maybe. But she's wearing a big ring with lots of keys on her belt.
Oh, is she
so
like
a badge of honor.
housekeeper or
She might be
something.
the
Probably, yes.
Oh, okay. I'm still ignoring her.
Yeah.
This is outrageous. You can still hear her mumble and
Yes,
go around
yes.
the fountain looking for the missing fish.
So is she doing anything except from looking? Because
She's more
Yeah.
like someone accidentally pull it out and put it somewhere.
I'm just making sure that nobody can see the wriggling in my pockets.
it's still wriggling.
Just hiding it with my sleeve or
Yeah.
something so that she.
It's still ringing. She didn't switch it off.
You can switch them off.
Well,
you
we
didn't know.
don't
You probably can break them and then they don't wriggle anymore.
Oh, okay. I didn't think about that.
Well, you
just
obviously
pocketed
didn't
it.
think about it, so it's
Yeah,
wriggling.
clearly. So that's-
So while they're ignoring the caretaker lady,
Yes.
I'd like to take the woman in the green dress aside.
Yeah.
Just kind of put a spiky arm around her.
Yes.
Okay.
She just lets herself
Yeah.
be led.
And I just
I'm
kind
not
of go.
sure if I like that, but okay.
You said things might get interesting tonight.
Yes, I do hope so.
Do you think there's any chance of some stabbing going on?
Ooh. You want to use your thongs?
Possibly. I don't know. Whatever is nearest to hand.
I don't know.
Maybe some
Now
fingernails.
that you talk of stabbing, she looks next to you. There's someone who's probably gonna try.
What, to get stabbed or to stab someone else?
People are going to be really, they're going to want to stab him, I think.
Oh, I see.
And
Who's
Someone just entered. 3 people, actually,
Mhm.
3 men, and one of them was a younger man with kind of soft features and blonde hair that has a rather unfortunate cut, and he's wearing cornflower blue, and it's
All right.
probably
Lovely.
supposed to be a cornflower, and he's followed by 2 guys who just wear red and supposed to be poppies, probably. And he's looking around and with the face that is more like something stinks, like he's on a fish market.
Yeah. There you go with the fish again.
A wine fountain that sold last year.
Oh dear, who is he?
I have no idea why he's here, but he's Aurelio Yabaltari. He's from a family who's also perfume merchants. They are kind of like, two fighting fish in one tank.
Oh,
He's probably here just to mess up the party.
Oh, you think he really would cause a disturbance or something?
It would be, in that vein.
Would you like me to stab him before he can do that?
I'd love to.
Hey, you can't just offer to stab people. We're at a fancy
I'm
party.
a mercenary. That's what I'm paid to do.
You're not a mercenary. You're a fancy party guest. Now get in the role.
You want me to pay you to stab?
I
No.
don't think that. I think he takes his role a little bit too far. He's very enthusiastic.
Yes, he's very much in his character. You see.
Right? Isn't it hilarious?
You're right. Yes, and the smile is
It's very funny.
beautiful.
Very funny there,
I
yes.
love the detail with the missing teeth. That's
Yes.
really commitment to the role.
Went through a lot of
I mean,
trouble.
It's just a bit of shoe polish, you know.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, his hair's while his fingers sings into the.
Can I do a dexterity check to make sure I don't accident?
No, please don't. Oh dear.
Oh.
Oh man.
She starts to say something, but stops when you hear the full voice of a lady coming down from one of the stairs. There's 2 grand stairs in this room leading upstairs. And on one of those, a lady in a beautiful wine red dress has come down a few steps, and behind her are 3 people dressed like divine, like priests. And 2 of them are definitely dressed like divine of the goddess Rauria because they're hardly dressed at all.
And they're so pretty, right?
And they're pretty. Yes.
Ooh, appreciative glance.
Yes.
Totally.
It's for him. It's a little bit kind of a vacant pretty. And the lady
okay.
behind him, who's also dressed like a priestess of Rauria, looks a little bit like she's not quite there.
So maybe.
But they're beautiful.
Of course.
And then there's a lady who's a little bit more thick-set, and she's got a friendly, heart-shaped face, and she's wearing all the colors of the rainbow and rhinestones and things. And she's obviously a priestess of Tsar, of the goddess of all new things and new beginnings and children and rainbows and probably...
Unicorn.
Yes. Yeah, probably. No, but fairy is old kind of her thing.
Nice.
Yes. And the lady, thank you all for coming, my dear guests, to celebrate tonight that my son Farfalio has been ordained into the church of the beautiful goddess. I invite you to dine and to drink, and I hope you have a great evening. And at the last hour of the day, when the hour of Raya begins, we will go to the rose garden and we will see the blessing of the new blooms. I hope you enjoy your stay with us. And if you're interested in getting shown around the house, then ask my lady of the keys later on, and she will show you around. Behave and enjoy yourselves. The buffet is now open.
Give the clap.
And that's a general cheering and clapping, and people starting to gravitate towards the food, which seems to be in the room to the east of you.
Well, I keep,
I think we should perhaps take advantage of the tour of the house.
Oh
don't
yes,
you think?
I would love to,
That
and
would be
I'm
fantastic.
chatting a little bit with the pea flower lady.
Yes.
It's like that would be so exciting to see
So
this house. Have you ever been here before?
Oh, I've been here before, yes.
Oh, and I mean,
Last year. And I've taken the tour of the house. They have a very interesting collection of paintings.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's nice. So, I mean,
I like
are you
paint.
planning to do it again? Do they change it?
Oh, I'm not sure. I don't think there's... I would have heard about new paintings being added to the collection.
I mean, paintings, that's one thing, but the gardens, I heard so much
they're
about the
supposed to be
gardens.
very beautiful, yes. They are very beautiful.
Mhm.
Although maybe a little bit stale. They've been redone 20 years ago, and they haven't changed much about it in the last few years. So they're still very, very pre-Renaissantia and very strict.
Maybe they should invest in a gardener.
I guess they do have gardeners.
Probably more than
Yes, quite a few.
Maybe one with a bit more vision.
perhaps. Do you think
It's
there's
true.
a possibility to look at the garden before the
Yes,
big-
of course. You can look at the you can look at the garden where everyone's free to go. You're not allowed to go into the rose garden before the ceremony.
I see.
Oh, I see. Oh, as you know the garden already, I'm so excited to see it. Could you just show it?
Give you a tour of the garden.
Oh, I mean, just point us in the direction would
I
be.
can show
don't
you a
want to
few
impose.
nice and secluded areas.
That sounds
That sounds
very
very
exciting.
good, yes.
Maybe something the normal tour doesn't show. That would be so exclusive. I mean,
I have no idea if I can show you something the normal tour will not show, but come along.
oh, thank
That would
you.
be very nice, yes.
Oh,
Is
that's
the-
What do you want to eat and drink now?
I'm not hungry.
I mean, that's
This is not about being hungry.
I think
It's about finding the most expensive things on the buffet and eating those.
Oh, I'm much more interested in seeing the house.
So the curtains.
You don't want to eat the curtains, do you?
On the buffet.
Well, I guess that the buffet won't be like empty when we come back.
Hardly. I think the people in the kitchen are going to work for a few more hours and just keep things coming and stuff creatures with other creatures.
Yes, I mean we don't want to impose on you. I mean, as you have made this
hardly,
nice.
hardly. This is much more interesting than anything I expected to happen tonight.
Well, then,
Oh,
yeah, let's go. Let's have a look around.
I would never have this served even to my dog. You hear from Mr. Cornflower from the next
Oh,
room.
I can see what you meant by him making trouble.
Yes.
He's going to be one of those people.
She walks out into the garden with you. And the first part of the garden is something that's very Renaissance, so people are orienting all the styles back to the empire of Bosporan. And so there's something called a natatio, or a natatio, which is a cistern, basically, but you can swim in it, and it's very nicely decked out in flowers and in lanterns, and there's lots of young people out there flirting with each other and
Very nice.
drinking wine, yes. And there's mostly gravel-strewn paths, and then behind that you can see the garden tastefully lit by a few more lanterns, but most of it is in shadow. That's where she's going with you.
So is the rose garden just kind of a general, do we see, is that like a greenhouse kind of thing somewhere in the garden?
Yes.
so we
She basically takes you along and says, this is the official garden where you just, for meetings, secret and not so secret.
Yes, I see what you
For
mean
love
about it
affairs.
being a bit out of fashion, but it
Yes.
still has a certain flair.
Yes. Some of the trees are very nice and are the old roses. And there, where you can see a little bit of light in the back of the garden, that's the orangery, and behind that is the rose garden.
Ah, I see. I mean, of course, in the back of my mind, I
Okay.
try to memorize
Yeah.
the layout and
But
where you could.
yes. But watch out, the rose garden is well protected. If you try to climb over the wall around the rose garden, they've put shards of wine bottles on top.
Oh, you're very
Wow.
well informed. Interesting.
I like to know my way around.
I see.
I mean, did they have trouble with people trying to climb in there? or-
Oh yes, of course. All the big families, all of those who trade in perfume, they're always trying to steal
Oh.
the blooms from other pits.
Oh, that's very unfortunate.
Yes.
Also, another question about the layout of the place. Is the house relatively close to the rose garden, or is the rose garden, like as in you could jump from on top of the house into the garden or something
No, you
silly
could
like
not.
that?
There's more like 100 meters of garden
Okay.
between the U-shaped house,
Yeah.
and you've been in the center part of the house where all the party is, and you can see that the legs or these bits of the
whatever.
U-shape, they're not 2 stories but just 1 story, and there's definitely people working in there. There seems to be a kitchen and a stable and all the working bits of such a place.
Yeah.
And at the back of the garden there is the orangery, and it's it's all over the whole breadth of the garden, and it's low building, but with a roof that's mostly not tiled, but made out of big windows. And
Yes.
Barranca is one of the places where they're very good with glass, so they have actually glass windows
And the rose garden is behind
behind
the
it. And then if you look closely, you can see some lights moving in the rose garden. So someone is there and someone is moving lanterns and working. But you know now, that's where we have to go and plant a rose.
Um,
Good to know.
okay, good.
And that's it for now.